and sit down.
And now, streaming live from the sunny Southern California coast, this is Options Uncensored.
Hey everybody, I'm Steve. Welcome to Options Uncensored. We're making real option trades in real time together. Let's get right into it. First things first, make sure you have your brokerage account open so you can follow along. Have your YouTube video quality set as high as possible. That way you can read the numbers a whole lot easier. Have a calculator on hand so we can do some easy math. If you have a question or a stock you want to go over together, leave it in the comment section. We'll do that live. And finally, remember, this is not financial advice. This is all for entertainment purposes only. All right. Happy Fed Day, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Let's go down our open positions. Boeing, completely underwater. We're going to have to close this one for a loss. Well, actually, we're going to let it expire worthless and just collect the premium on this one. Roku, interesting on Roku today. Let's check it out really quick. So we short the 95 and bought the 100. So we've got 3 days left. This spread could come back and be completely out of the money by Friday expiration. But we are so close that we'll keep this roll open till January. Trying to roll at 0. Just keep it flat. No extra credit received. Next up is a treasury auction that's happening tomorrow for T-bills. XOP we opened yesterday at 59, marks at 56. Okay, we're flat there. AMD, down slightly on AMD, down $20. These are all January expiration. SPY re-rolled. Gonna take some time on that one. IWM, pretty much flat as well. And XBI, down $35. But again, January expiration is 37 days out. We have plenty of time. All right, let's look at some new opportunities before the Fed meeting today. First up is Pfizer's on the move. Down 8% today. Oh yeah, what a garbage chart. Down past the COVID lows now. Okay. Might have to go to the weekly chart here. Here's the weekly. We got to go back all the way to, good Lord. Go back to 2013's lows. Should catch a bounce anywhere between 24 and, well, yeah, 26, which is now. So let's look at the put side. You may not get paid for it, though, because this is just a small stock. I did sell the 24. Look, if you want to do cash secured and just sell 24s, yeah, $15. Maybe. Call side. Skip the call side. Interesting. Next, DHI, DR Horton. They got, I think, an upgrade today. Earnings are January 23rd. Raised to outperform. Barclays maintains an overweight. Earnings are the 23rd, so that's, I think, included in this expiration. Go back to the daily chart here. Just on a roll like everything else since late October. Straight rocket ship up. Not a lot of volatility though. Call side, you'd have to sell the 150. Very low volume though. Next. Tesla. I think they had some autopilot recall notification to this morning. 2 million cars. Earnings are January 24th. All right. Hanging out in no man's land again here. We talked about this chart before. Lower high, lower high, lower high. Now it looks like another lower high, so that means we'd have more downward movement. Lower high, just this channel here. And on the upswing, lower low, lower low, lower low. So we're coming to this inflection point somewhere within the next month or so. It should make a clear move up or down. Since that's the case, there's no clear direction, so I don't know if I'd want to pick the call side or the put side. Put side, sell the 200, buy the 195. What do you get? $229 minus 173 divided by 2 divided by 500, 5.6% on the put side. On the call side, if you sold the 260, sell the 265, buy the 270. 382 minus 312 divided by 2 divided by 500, 7% on those. So you get paid more to sell the call side. We have call skew. Selling the call side is interesting. We're 265 on the chart. 265 is right here. That seems awfully close for January expiration. But if I had to sell something, I'd sell the call side. I'm anticipating further movement down. Let's move on. Hertz. Down 2% today. Maybe a downgrade. Earnings are February 6th. Downgrades from Oppenheimer. Wonko chart. This should be support around 725. Yeah, sell 750s. I'd skip this one. Not enough room here. Skip the call side. Next target. Earnings are February 28th. Cool. Favorite stock of 2024. We'll see about that. Hitting the 200-day. Big gap up after earnings and a continual move up higher. Not a lot of volatility. Call side, you'd have to sell the 145, and that's a little too close. 93 minus 41 divided by 2 divided by 500, 5.2%. I'd skip the put side here. You have to sell the 125, buy the 120. 68 minus 33 divided by 2 divided by 500, 3.5. Yeah, skip the put side. That one's pretty obvious. Ferrari, race. Earnings are February 1st. Good. Get a downgrade to neutral. Okay. That makes sense. Same thing, post earnings gap up and big move up. What does the call side look like? Nah, zero volume. Zero volume for January expiration. Pass. J&J. I believe they got a downgrade today as well. Wells Fargo downgrades Johnson & Johnson. Earnings are January 23rd. Here's our chart. Really hasn't gone anywhere in years. Since 2020. No, 2018. Just a slow move higher. I don't know. No clear direction on this one. Skip the put side. Call side, same thing. You'd have to sell them 160. It's a little close. 70 minus 21 divided by 2 divided by 500, 4.9%. Skip this one. Next is Vertex, VRTX. Up 8%. They just had a drug come through. Earnings are February 7th. What do you got? Sickle cell. FDA approval on gene editing. Well, there you go. Here's a chart. Considering this is a very smooth, non-volatile chart, I do have a lot of IV. Well, it shows it's coming down here. Let's look at the call side first for January expiration. A little bit of volume. Not enough though. Skip the call side, put side. Same thing, hardly any volume to a liquid. Close, no cigar. UNP, I think the rails in general got an upgrade, or maybe Union Pacific in general. Earnings around the 25th of January. The news is no news. There was some news today about the rails. Big move up, big move down, big move up. Kind of unclear which direction it's going. Liquidity, yes or no? No, no volume. A lot of open interest, but no volume. Pass on this one. Next, Kava. Down 4% today. Earnings are in March. When did they have their last earnings? Was it recently, this past week? No? Big up day yesterday. Maybe that's why. Let's look at the chain. Skip the put side. The 30's too close and the 25's too far out. Call side. Got the same deal. 45's too close and the 50's too far out. All right. Let's take a look at the TLT before the meeting today, see where we're at. I think we're trying to short call spread at 97 or so. Around. Yeah, should hit a big ceiling around 99. Between the 200-day, 97 and 99, we should get some pullback unless we head into some weird, crazy recession. So, let's take a look at the call side really quick. If you sold the 100 and bought the 103, that's 54 minus 23 divided by 2 divided by 300, 5.1% there. All right. Put side. Skip the put side. You'd have to sell the 90 and you don't get paid for it. Again, we got to wait for, hopefully there's some big movement after the meeting tomorrow. And we can follow up tomorrow morning. Cool. Let's take a look at BABA, see if it's near 65 yet. 70. It's getting closer. Trying to get BABA down to 65, which is right about here, and then sell some put spreads. A little too early right now, though. USO. We opened our XOP position yesterday, right here. Oil has been down since September. So hopefully to get a bounce at some point. But let's switch over to XOP really quick. Down slightly today. Same thing, everything's going to wait for the Fed meeting to have some sort of clear directional movement for the day and then over the next couple weeks. On the put side for XOP, same thing, sell the 119, buy the 114. What does that get you? 116 minus 59 divided by 2 is 28, same thing. 28 . 5.7 return. That's what I'm trying to get. Call side, though, I'd skip the call side. You'd have to sell the 140 and buy the 145. Maybe get paid more. 84 minus 37 divided by 2 divided by 500. No, worse. You get paid more to sell the put side. So as oil continues this movement down, you'll get paid more. Okay? Roku's really coming back. Really want to look at Roku's chart really quick. Trying to get past 95 before Friday. It could get there. Interesting. Okay, let's go to our IV rank scanner and sort by volume. I think the VIX is in the 11, so there's hardly anything to do with the major indices. Pfizer, we already looked at. TLT, we just looked at as well. Avago, we looked at that one yesterday. It's over $1,000, so it's hard to get those spreads to be liquid enough. Robinhood, Upstart, let's take a look at that one. Maybe things will be settling down now. Gap down after earnings. Big rally high. Look at these days. Now it's kind of like chilling out. We've traded this one before. Let's take a look at the call side. What's nice about this one is very liquid. If you sold the 47.5 and bought the 52.5, 109 minus 70, yikes, divided by 2, divided by 500, 3.9. Skip the call side. On the put side, sell the 25, buy the 20. 67 minus 18, divided by 2, divided by 500, barely 5%, 4.9% there. So there's some volatility here, but you just don't really get paid for the spreads. If you want to sell naked puts, you can. 25, you get paid there. 25's down here. Nah, skip. Macy's, pass. SoFi, silver. Let's check in with gold. A little bit of volatility here. We traded gold back when, see this blue line went higher back in October. We traded gold here, sold the call spread. Volatility died down. Same thing, gold back up higher when it hit the all-time high. That's when you would have wanted to sold the call spread. Kind of missed this one. But maybe there'll be some good movement after the meeting. You want to sell the call side today. Sell the 190. Yeah, sell the 190, buy the 194. 100 minus 48 divided by 2 divided by 400, 6.5% there. Put side right now doesn't pay, I don't think. Sell the 177 and buy 173. That's $400 as well. 45 minus 17 divided by 2 divided by 400, 3.5. So yeah, sell the call side. You get paid way more. But I think the move's already been made. American Airlines? Nope. Citigroup? We've looked at Citigroup the past couple days. Let's look at the KRE. Want to sell the call side just a little early. Rather it hit a new high. We've talked about this one. Anywhere between 52 and 56. If you sold the call side today, you'd have to sell the 53. So it gets past the 52. Hold on this one. Skip the put side as well. 45 is a little too close. 44 is a little too far out. All right. UNG. Moderna still high. Down 5% today. Earnings are in February, so we're past earnings. Could get support around 58 or so. On the call side, if you want to sell the call side, 85 is too close. 90 is a little too far out. If you sold, let's do the math on both of them. Selling 85 and buying 90. So 108 minus 61 divided by 2 divided by 500. 4.7. No way. Actually, we're going to pass on this one. Is that right? There we go. That makes more sense. Let's do the math one more time. 189 minus 108 divided by 2 divided by 500. 8.1 if you sold that. Just the 85's awfully close. If you sold the 90 and bought the 95, that's 108 minus 61 divided by 2 divided by 500. That's 4.7. I wish there was something in between. 85 on the chart. Where are you at? Right here. Wow, that's close. Here's your 90. Put side. Not a lot of room here. You want to sell the 60 by the 55. 86 minus 39 divided by 2 divided by 500. 4.7. Pass on that one. Southwest. Southwest is down 5% today. Is that right? Yeah, it is. Earnings for Southwest are January 25th. They issued confident outlook. Great for them. Confidence is key. Oh, look at that. Hit the 200-day exactly on the nose and bounce down. Fun. Should have sold the call spread yesterday. You'd probably be out of it by now. Close but no cigar. Call side, missed it. You'd have to sell 32.5 and buy 35. Put side, nothing there. Next. Paramount. Adobe. Adobe has earnings today after the close. Good. I'll follow up with Adobe tomorrow. End phase? No. USO, we already got our XOP position open. Lilly. Costco has earnings coming up. Micron has earnings coming up. One more page. Let's actually look at NVO really quick. Usually Eli Lilly and Novo move together. A little bit IV. Earnings are January 31st. But no, not a lot of volatility. Sell the put side, maybe. What do you get paid? Yikes. You'd have to sell 90 and buy. There's just no volume here. Got some volume at the 90, and that's where you want to sell, but you got to buy something here. If you want to sell put straight out with no coverage, you could do that. Just no volume. Back to the list. Costco. ARM, we already looked at ARM. Or we looked at ARM yesterday. Kava, looked at Kava. United Airlines. Let's look at Delta and United. First up, Delta. Earnings are included in this expiration, so we're going to want to pass. We're exactly 1 month. Big move up, big move down, just in no man's land. Let's move on. What was the other one? United. UAL. Looks like United's doing worse than the rest of the group. Sorry for them. Earnings for them are January 16th, so that's included in this round of expiration for January as well. It's about a month away. Pass. Beyond Meat. Chewy. There's an event tomorrow for Chewy. Investors Day. We already looked at Vertex. Nike has earnings on the 21st. CYTK. I think we looked at this one yesterday, right? Earnings are in February. No news. There must be something coming up because their IV rank and current IV are through the roof, but there's hardly any movement. So there must be some news coming up at some point. Insider sold. Let's take a look. Oh, wow, look how expensive these are. Yeah, on the put side, you have to go so far out there isn't even enough options. So skip the put side. The farthest one out is the 15. There's 12.3 thousand open contracts. That's if you want. Geez, no, there's nothing to do there. On the call side, you'd have to go all the way out to this one right here. Sell the 60, buy the 65. Someone's doing that one today. 3.4. Look at the volume here. 215 minus 140. 215 minus 140 divided by 2 divided by 500, 7.5%. Where's the 60 on the chart? What the hell? 60's all the way up here? There's some news we don't know about. I'd have to do more digging on this one. Obviously, there's some kind of drug results coming out within the next month or so. That the strike you'd want to sell is the 60, which is all the way up here. If anyone knows what the event is, leave it in the comments. We'll go over it together. But I don't know. This one never traded it, but there's a ton of volume way out here. Skip the put side because you can't go out far enough. You'd want to sell. You'd want to sell past the 15. And the 15 on the chart is way down here. So there's some news coming out. Cytokinetic. Interesting. But not right now. ALB, and then maybe we'll call it for today. Earnings are February 14th. We got an upgrade from B of A yesterday. Sounds interesting. Let's check out the put side. If you sold the 110, bought the 105, that's 52. Divided by 2, divided by 500, 5.2. Not that great. Call side, I'd rather sell the put side on this one. Sell the 155, buy the 160. 227 minus 165. Divided by 2, divided by 500, 6.2. So yeah, you get paid more to sell the call side. And that makes sense, because everyone wants to sell the put side. All right. Roku's looking interesting. If this Roku roll gets filled today, well then 69 divided by 2. If this Roku roll gets filled till January expiration, set the buy to close to 34 cents. This Boeing one, it could get filled. If Boeing gets filled, we'll go over that one tomorrow as well. If not, we'll take the loss on Friday. We'll go over that Friday morning on how to handle that one. It'll be the first loss of the year. Oh well. Everything else is looking fine. Kind of just going to be a dud today until after the Fed meeting. There'll be a lot of good movement during the meeting and the press conference. We'll have some more clear direction on a lot of these positions afterwards. We'll follow up tomorrow morning, see if there are any more new moves to make. If the meeting goes well, the S&P could hit a new all-time high, maybe by the end of the year. We'll see. All right. Thanks so much for watching. Tune in every morning, 7:15 a.m. on the West Coast, 10:15 a.m. on the East Coast. We go live every morning trading options. Also tell your friends who are trading options to tune in as well. Subscribe, and we'll all trade options together. Enjoy the press conference if you want to tune in. If not, we'll see you tomorrow morning.